What's with all these manatees dying? We've been reporting on this trend for at least a year now. And tonight, Fox 4's Keenan Scott checked with an expert to find out more for you.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission reported startling numbers for manatee deaths in 2021, with over 1,000 dead. And the reason might shock you.
The most significant factor in increased mortality in 2021 was a source we've never really had before, and that is starvation.
Starvation all coming down to one main factor.
We've had such severe loss of seagrasses, and that's related directly to too much nitrogen pollution.
That pollution rising for a number of reasons.
Whether it's from failing septic systems to the groundwater, improperly treated sewage, and for fertilizers and runoffs.
Though the majority of deaths occurred on the East Coast, the FWC has started implementing several solutions.
At this point in time, in order to help stave off a repeat of this, they're looking at some supplemental feeding actually for the first time also on the east coast of Florida.
But due to warmer forecasts throughout the holiday season, the effectiveness of those solutions have been mixed.
They really haven't had any significant results from that yet because we've had an unusually warm winter so far.
Here in Southwest Florida, a leading cause of death is red tide.
We've had more than 300 manatees die in a year from the red tide. So if you start adding all these things up together, the manatees are having a pretty tough time.
Of course, boaters play a significant role too.
We had over 100 manatees die from watercraft injuries this year, and likely more than that. That's what we know about.
Now, when the water gets a little bit colder, you might be able to find a few manatees here at the Manatee Park in Fort Myers. But if you find yourself on the busier waterways, experts I talked with said to make sure that you're always paying attention to signage and maybe even have someone at the front of the boat watching for manatees.
In Fort Myers, they'll be up the Orange River at the Tice Power Plant. But in weather like this, which is unusually warm, they're still spread out.
Ultimately, Rose says the solution starts with us.
We have it within our control as humans to stop the excess nitrogen from our wastewater. So that whether that's getting off of septic tanks, getting to advanced wastewater treatment, put the water back as clean as you took it out.
In Fort Myers, Keenan Scott, Fox 4.
If you're on the water and you see a sick or injured manatee, you can report it when you call Florida Fish and Wildlife. They've got a hotline. The number is 888-404-3922.